just clear up a little bit, because there we are. 1, 2, 3. So, you know, the wood's not the most driest. It's going to warp a little bit. It's immaculately cut by a machine, but it's still not quite even everywhere, which is why I'm not that fussed about making a perfect job of this. If I could spend a lot more time playing the wood, and also if I worried about those sorts of things, then I would do. But for me, this is just a very utilitarian thing I need soon. I need it quickly. So I just want to build it quickly. And as long as it's strong enough, you know, maybe I need to glue things as well, I don't know. I'm not a good enough carpenter to know these things. And maybe in 2 or 3 months' time of heavy use, they might start creaking and needing some attention. But this is it's good enough for now. So now we need to assemble these with the legs. So let's see how to do that. So in order to make everything square, I need a right angle somewhere, and I'm going to draw it on my floor, which is just a grotty old concrete floor which needs sealing, but before I do that I can draw on it. So I've got 2 bits of wood. There's the one I've been drilling into, which I assume has been cut straight, so that's a straight line. And I've got this piece as well, which is cut by the same people who cut the other wood. So again, I'm assuming that's got right angles on it, which means I can just put that against there like that, and I can draw a line there, and all the way along, and then a line, push that against there, make sure it's tightly up against it, and I can draw another line here. So now I've got a right angle on my floor. There it is. You probably can't see that, but I can, so that's okay. So then I'm going to line my top piece, top frame, so that this edge here is lying along the line that I just drew, and this just behind here, this edge is on the right angle to it. Let's put the next one next to it. Okay, lining them up. Make sure they're as flush as they can be. Again, because the wood's a little bit warped, nothing's ever quite flush. Make sure you're still lined up on this line on the ground. Okay, that's good enough. Now let's where do I put this one? Well, that depends on how long the legs are. So let's take this first leg, and now I need to lay it in here so that it's about 1 inch from the top, about 2 or 3 centimetres from the top. So where's that? How much is that? I'm going to have to measure that. I'm going to need to do it consistently. So what I'll do is I'll get a bit of paper and make a mark. So let me go and do that. So I've cut this bit of card off the screw box actually. It's about 3 centimetres long, and as long as it's narrower than longer, as long as it's oblong like that, then I'll remember which side is which. So that distance there is about 3 centimetres, which is what I need for the gap at the top of my frame. So now I just take my pencil, and I'm just going to place this in the corner, or just so it's on the top edge of that frame, and just make a mark. Pencil, which is now blunt because I wrote on the floor. Oh, there we are, sharpen my pencil. Now I know you're thinking, incompetent amateur, why are we watching this? So, yeah, I'm just putting that bit of card on the top. And I'm going to make a little mark just so you can see. Hopefully I'll just make the mark there. Do the same on the other side. It just tells me where the top of the legs are. It's worth doing this accurately because otherwise one leg will be longer than the other. So just check everything's right, lined up. Okay, looks good. Well, keep your bit of card because you'll need that for the other side. So now I can take my leg, my first leg, and just put it in the corner here, and where the top edge is where that pencil mark is. And I can bring my other frame up. Now that line I had here, this line I have here, which you probably can't see, isn't long enough. It's easy enough to extend it with my other piece of wood. So let's just extend that line. Probably blunts his pencil again. Okay, right. I need the line to be long enough so I can put this in line with it. So again, put the leg in line with that mark you just made. So there's a nice gap of about 3 centimetres between the top of the leg and the top of the top frame. And then just, we don't need to be very far from the bottom here, maybe have a 4 or 5 centimetres sticking out at the other side. The lower down it is, the more structurally stable it will be, but also you might need to get your feet underneath there, or at least a toe, so then it could be higher. The other thing is you can also use this part as a shelf, so if we covered that later on, you can use it as a shelf, and therefore the higher this is, the more things you can put in there, I guess. So not right at the bottom, but just leave yourself a bit of a gap. And line this up with that straight edge there. Okay. And then let's do the other leg on the other side. So again, align it with the top. Align the top of the leg with the mark you just made. Make sure both those legs are properly aligned on those marks, so that they're at the same height. Now in theory that's square, or square enough, but it might be that this is slightly this way or this way. So I guess we should measure this gap or something, shouldn't we? That would be ideal. In fact, maybe if we... Let's do it this way. Just measure the gap. Yeah, let's do it at this end. So if I just take a straight edge, just mark where that stops. Let's do the same here. See, it's not quite right, so I need to swing it around a little bit. Right, that'll do. Yet again, it can't be perfect. It can't be millimetre perfect. It might be 3 millimetre perfect, but it can't be very perfect. So that's that. So now we need to fix those legs to the frame, or vice versa. And for that, I'm going to make sure that each frame is firmly attached to the leg with screws, and I'm going to put two screws like that on in each frame. So again, just roughly put my head down, roughly mark one there, one there. I'm doing them in diagonals, it's a bit stronger. And then again, one there, one there, one there. Now with this last one, it can't be too high up, because remember the top of the leg is only going to be about there, so let's put it in the middle. Maybe even a bit lower down there, it's about there. Not too high. Yeah, so now I can fix that leg to the frames. So taking my drill again, drill some holes. Hold the leg and the frame tightly. Double check all the time that the leg's in the right place. Hold it tightly though. That's why. There's an argument for saying, why is the leg there? The leg shouldn't be there. Let's just move it out the way together. Let's not put my hand there though. Felt a bit safer. So now I'm going to screw that leg to the frames. Alright, first let's countersink these holes. Now I felt that shift a bit, so let's just go back to our measurement. It's still right. Yeah, it's shifted a tiny bit, so let's move it around, just make sure we haven't moved that one. Okay, good. Can you tell I haven't done DIY before? Now I need the drill bit. No, the screw bit. And some screws. So there's 6 screws now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6, and we're going to have to do the same on the underneath coming up as well, but we'll do that later once these are all in place. So now, just holding the leg quite firmly. Let's just slowly screw these screws in a bit. I'm not going to do them all the way to start with. Let's get it just a little bit fixed. I don't want to force it too much at this point. Just enough to hold it. So now I can give it some welly, as we say. Two more. Oops. Sometimes I get it at the wrong angle, and that's what's giving that awful. Oh, yeah, right. Anyway, one leg in place, and it's still bang up against that line, so that's good. Now we'll do the same on the other side. Exactly the same, so there's no point in you watching this. So now we've got 2 legs, kind of half attached. We can roll it over and do the other 2 legs. So lift it up, roll it, Bring it back, mind your back. Once more. There we go. So now I'm just going to manoeuvre it so it's easier for you to see. Yeah, it's pretty heavy now, so just be careful. I've got to do the two underneath legs now in exactly the same way as I did those other two. So nothing new. I've got to measure where the leg goes at the top here underneath, where the top of the leg goes, and then attach the frames to the leg. So that's what I'm going to do. It's a repeat of what we've seen already, just twice more. And then what I'm going to do is put holes in these sides to really firmly grab these two legs on the frame. Okay, so let me put those other two legs at the bottom in exactly the same way as you just saw. So now the four legs are attached on one side of the frame. I'm now going to attach the legs to this side of the frame as well. So it's just a repeat exercise really of holes at diagonals, remembering where the top of the leg is here. 1, 2, 3, 4 times around the whole thing, and then that's it. That's the whole thing tightly bound. So let me just get on with that. So that's the whole thing assembled. Let's try it out for size. Seems pretty stable. And yeah, that's about exactly the right height. So yeah, there we are. Now it's ready for a wire mesh which goes in here. I've just sanded a little bit the holes where I did the countersinking, and also this is quite a sharp edge here and here. So all I'm going to do now is just plane this top edge on the outside, just in case doesn't pick up a little splinter or something. So just rounds the edges a bit. You can do this with sandpaper, I guess. Doing it at a 45-degree angle. Try not to tear these in bits very much if I can avoid it. So there's the frame. You can see there's the leg there, there's the mark it's up against, and that one the same. So this top part's going to get filled with plaster, and to help that, give it some strength, there's going to be a mesh of wire across the top here, going this way and this way. Just a net of wire, quite thick wire though. Again, maybe there's a thinner wire we could use, but for now I'm going to use what I've got. And so the next thing to do is to drill some screws along these edges, so I've got something for the wire to hang on to. So that's my next job.